noon tomorrow. We are grandfathering the special purchase pricing until tomorrow. But remember that last look at that today's special is coming up in this hour. So we're turning the page to a brand new hour here at HSN with Andrew, our #1 brand. I call it a power hour. This was a special bonus and surprise visit. We will have like a little abbreviated airing of that today's special that has been wildly popular. And Andrew, I love that you are doing this kind of surprise, like I say, power hour visit for us. Because you really did. You were very thoughtful about curating and selecting things for us that in a year, let's be honest, it was not the year that we expected for the Roaring 20s. No. And you really were thoughtful about what you did for this special visit. So thank you.
No, I remember in my infectious disease professor back when I was school, and this goes back, gosh, over 30 years ago, obviously, well over 30 years, probably 40 years. One of the things he had said when he was talking about the pandemic of 1918 was he was surprised at that time that hadn't happened several times. So here we are, it's 100 years later. I suppose as a planet we were due, but so the fact that it hasn't occurred over the last 100 years doesn't change the fact that this has been the most disruptive year probably in modern history in so many ways. So all we can do is do our very best to try to keep things as normal as possible, to give our body the tools to protect the most important and valuable gift we all have, which is our health. And I'm trying to focus here a multivitamin, the vitamins and minerals that define a healthy diet, and our health is directly connected to our diet. If we're not getting them from our diet, we have to get them somewhere. Same thing with omega-3s, same thing with lutein and zeaxanthin for our vision. So what I'm really doing here is just trying to focus on the basics that are essential to our good health, essential to our experience, our life as best we possibly can.
Well, and done in a way that no one else in the world does. And that's why he's our #1 brand here at HSN with our lowest return rate. And I do not say this lightly, I said it last hour, but things in life are guided. So if you are experiencing Andrew Lessman vitamins for the very first time, welcome. Hunker down, grab that cup of cocoa or whatever it takes. I promise you're gonna learn something for sure. Oh, we are gonna do a quick little opportunity to do the Maximum L+Z. So Andrew, for someone who hasn't heard about this, who needs this, or do I use this to augment my eye support?
I'm glad we're doing this product because it reminds me. The reason I developed this product is my ophthalmologist had recommended that, yes, our Ultimate Eye was a great formula, but for certain patients, he wanted to be able to deliver an additional amount of lutein and zeaxanthin, an additional 12 and 6 of lutein and zeaxanthin. Our Ultimate Eye contains 12 and 6, but he wanted to have just the plain booster of just the 12 and 6 of lutein and zeaxanthin. That was the origin of this product about probably a year and a half ago. This has not been a product we've had for a long time. It also reminds me that this week, I'm going to be going to see my eye doctor. Once a year, I go. And when I go, of course, they check the pressure of my eyes because you need to have that done every year to make sure you're not having issues that might be connected to glaucoma. Also, it's very easy for your doctor now to look at your retina to make sure everything's going properly with your retina. We should all do that at least once a year. I was just speaking to my goddaughter about that, who's going to be 30, and she had never been to an eye doctor. She has great vision to be checked out. I said, you have to do that. So if there's nothing else that's important that we talked about in the 2 hours tonight, that everyone, we need to go see at least once a year, perhaps twice a year, depending on what's going on, to see our eye doctor, to just get our eyes checked. It is absolutely essential we do that to protect and treasure that precious gift we have of healthy vision. So again, lutein and zeaxanthin, it just gives us, it's the no-nonsense, 100% pure lutein, zeaxanthin, 12 milligrams, 6 milligrams, the perfect levels. If you need that booster or you just want it as your perfect foundation of lutein and zeaxanthin to add, say, to a multivitamin, this is it. It's an expensive product, but it's the most affordable way to go about delivering 2 ingredients that cost, for the active form, more than $10,000 a pound. That's how expensive they are.
It is indeed. And now I'm looking for baby wipes because I was going to poke one, but I'm wearing something ivory tonight.
Oh no, when you poke one, it's so concentrated when you poke one of those little capsules on, say, a white dish, that even though lutein and zeaxanthin are really more yellowish, it's so concentrated in the capsule that when you poke it, it'll almost be like a brick red. And then, unless you spread it out on the white where you start seeing it as yellow, but it almost looks salmon colored. but that's because it is so amazingly concentrated. And if you really spread it around, then you start seeing where it becomes yellow. But it's so concentrated, it looks reddish orange.
It does.
But in your eyes, of course, it works as a yellow filter. So it improves the clarity of vision. That's part of what lutein and zeaxanthin's role is. The focus, clarity of vision, also protecting our eyes from, we live looking at screens. And we're talking about eye strain here. We're talking about blue light radiation, which is high energy radiation, which damages the tissues of our eyes. So lutein and zeaxanthin are Mother Nature's gift to protect our eyes from high energy radiation. And we now live with high energy radiation, not just when we're out in the sun, but when we're looking at our phones or any other electronic devices or TVs.
Well, I really give thanks for this because I'm one too that my doctor recommended it. And if you haven't shown any of Andrew's products to your doctor, you just wait. They're going to want to buy them from you. I've had, that kind of experience because he really does do things in a way that is different than anyone else. Here's another good example of this. In a time in history where, our poor little eyes, it's a whole barrage of things. And again, not a cure or treatment for something, but I want to do my utmost best. And I am one of those people, Andrew, who is challenged with regard to eye health. In fact, it was recommended to me that I do something like this. So I could always rely on the Andrew Lessman difference. All right. Okay, let me ask you a question. What if I told you you could eat chocolate and lower your cholesterol? Like that Shannon, she has lost her mind. You can eat chocolate, world's finest chocolate, by the way, and lower your cholesterol. Here's another thing that we give thanks for. And Andrew, thank you for doing this because I know we can only ship the Choco Nouveau during select times of the year. I personally, I'm a fan of the 74 and the 91, and of course the cafe, which is the addition of the coffee. You just choose your level of cacao, and then you choose your size. That's how this works with free shipping, special pricing. The cafe is my personal favorite. That's a 74, but the 91, I think you were telling me, is starting to be kind of overtake the 74. Is it the 74 that's most popular?
The 74 remains the most popular, closely followed by 74% cafe and 91. They're all amazing. We set out simply to start with the best chocolate in the world. The best chocolate in the world is available to anyone if you want to search long and hard enough and you're willing to pay for it. So we found the best chocolate in the world, and the best chocolate in the world is rich but not bitter. So Americans tend to like rich chocolate, but not bitter chocolate. We don't like bitter. We don't like the dryness of the higher chocolate intensities. My product, even the 91, is melt-in-your-mouth chocolate. Shannon started off saying that we have to make this product go away between April and October. Basically, over the summer, this product goes away. And it goes away because unlike typical dark chocolate, it will melt. Typical dark chocolate is hard and brittle, doesn't melt. Our dark chocolate, because it's creamy like milk chocolate, it has the richness, the health benefits of dark chocolate, but it has the creaminess of milk chocolate. And that's because the ingredient we add that lowers cholesterol, and it substantially lowers cholesterol, that ingredient behaves like fat. And the reason why milk chocolate is creamy is because of milk fat. So we don't add milk fat, we add something called a plant sterol ester. And that plant sterol ester, it's found in healthy foods like nuts. And we know nuts have this fatty, oily texture. So we borrow that texture from nuts. It makes our chocolate creamy like milk chocolate. So again, if you're expecting this to be a sort of yummy chocolate, not that great, but it's okay, but it's super healthy and lowers your cholesterol substantially, you'll be disappointed because it's actually the best chocolate you'll ever try. And I'm put this up against any chocolate. Read the reviews if you don't believe me. But this is a product that most Americans like milk chocolate and white chocolate. So I thought I'd be lucky to get 3-star reviews. This product, I think, averages something like 4.2, 4.3, or 4.4, something like that. And it's dark, dark, healthy chocolate. But it's different. It's unlike any chocolate. And especially the holidays are here. This is a great gift. This is a wonderful thing to share. Children can have it. It's not a drug or a medicine. It works perfectly with cholesterol-lowering drugs to lower your cholesterol even more because it works by a different natural mechanism. So whatever the cholesterol drug you're taking, this will deliver even greater benefits.
It will indeed, and it's an easy choice to make. Eat chocolate, lower your cholesterol in measurable numbers. Right. I mean, you read those reviews, once more, they read like love letters. So 66, 74, or 91, level of cacao, 74, go with the, I personally love that cafe, but it's up to you, of course. And that, of course, in the 10, 30, 60, 120, or 180. Free shipping. Remember, price is good until 12 noon. Andrew did this just for us. In a socially distanced age, I love the individual wrapping. I mean, even the little heart on the chocolate, but it's so creamy. It's so decadent. And Andrew, I've been shopping this whole show. I'm actually going to order this for my brother Chad because he actually is very lean, but surprisingly, he's the one in our family who struggles with his cholesterol levels, and coincidentally enough, he doesn't eat sugar. So he eats like a lot of fruit and blueberries and things like that. So I'm thinking even some of the fruit, that good things he's doing, this actually has less sugar and gives him those heart healthy benefits, doesn't it?
Well, if you don't, I have the charts for this with me, but if you look at the levels of sugar in, say, 25 calories of blueberries, or even 25 calories of onions, celery, cucumber, things that we know are low in sugar, we have lower sugar in all four forms, the 66, the 74, the 91, the 74 with cafe. We have lower sugar than all of those in a serving. So 25 calories of those other healthy foods have more sugar than 25 calories of Choco Nuvo. And again, you mentioned that Chad is lean. That being thin and being lean doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have healthy cholesterol. Cholesterol is pretty much genetically predetermined. What we do with our diet either takes it in one of two directions, either makes it better or makes it worse. But Choco Nuvo is something that can make a substantial difference. We're not talking about a few percent. We're talking about 10, 15, 20% reductions or more in total cholesterol and the bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol. And this is, it reads basically like a drug claim. It's 100% safe. It's not a drug. It's not a medicine. There's no warnings that go with it, but it is delicious chocolate. So even if you have perfect cholesterol numbers, you could still enjoy the Choco Nuvo. It's just something that delivers a chocolate that is creamy like milk chocolate, because dark chocolate is an incredibly healthy food. In fact, dark chocolate has the highest concentration of protective compounds of any things we might consume. Higher concentrations than green tea, higher concentrations than red wine, higher concentrations of polyphenols than cruciferous vegetables. So it is the highest concentration of protective compounds in healthy foods, but most Americans don't eat dark chocolate because it's dry and bitter. But my dark chocolate now allows all Americans to enjoy the benefits of dark chocolate. So even beyond the cholesterol reduction, I make the health benefits of dark chocolate available to people who only love milk chocolate. And if, again, read the reviews, and I think Shannon might have some there, but you read the reviews and you'll see that review after review after review says, I didn't think I'd like it, or I only like milk chocolate, but I absolutely love Choco Nuvo. It's different. It's dark chocolate kind of masquerading with the texture of milk chocolate.
In fact, I was just going to read some of these coincidences. We bought Choco Nuvo because we love chocolate and thought it would be a great way to enjoy eating our favorite indulgence. Little did I know that would have a positive effect on my blood work. I had a full panel done on my blood, and my doctor said my results were excellent. She seemed a little surprised because certain markers had improved dramatically. These results were after consuming 2 to 4 squares a day. I've read the studies on dark chocolate and believed in the benefits. Andrew packages it to make consumption quick and easy. Oh yes, the taste. Wow, it's the creamiest, best tasting chocolate I've tried. Again, thanks, Andrew. I think I've got time for at least one more. Let me skedaddle here. Unbelievable. I'm 69 years old and have always had high cholesterol. Even though I stay very active and follow a healthy diet, my body will not allow me to take the usual medications prescribed for this, and I've tried all of them. After taking 2 servings a day of the 91% cacao for 45 days, I had my labs repeated. I couldn't believe the results. My cholesterol went from 331 to 277. That's a decrease of 54 points in cholesterol in 45 days. My doctor said to keep on doing what I'm doing. It's a great product and tastes great too. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, would you like to read like the next one? Do you have access to do that or speak to any of those?
Sure, I have a TV in front of me, so I can read that, where it says absolutely the best. Choco Nuvo is delicious and absolutely works to lower LDL. My blood test for LDL was reduced from 131 down to 99 after including these chocolate squares in my diet. I eat one before each meal, perfect way to do it. I kind of use it as a dessert after each meal. It also helps satisfy my appetite a bit before I eat. I've stocked up to ensure that I don't run out over the summer months. Please don't ever stop making this. That's from Deborah in Texas. I'll do another.
Yeah.
Incredible. It really works. Despite eating healthy, working out almost every day, and being thin, my genetics have caused me to have high cholesterol. And although I tried medication, the side effects were simply not something I was willing to subject myself to. However, after taking 2 to 3 of these per day for the past 4 months, my cholesterol has gone down 29 points. And the irony is that I don't like or eat sweets, but these are not overly sweet and actually helped me lower my cholesterol. I can't wait for them to be back in stock. This must have been over the summer. As soon as they are, I will be ordering them again from Lucy in New York. We'll do one more. Excellent product. I'm sensitive to statins. That's the cholesterol-lowering drug, so I cannot take them for my high cholesterol. I saw this product featured last December, and I ordered 1 bottle to see if it would work for me. My cholesterol level has been consistently over 200. My lab work this month went down from 225 to 186. My doctor asked what I've been doing, and I told him that I've been taking Choco Nuvo. He asked me for the number to order, and I gladly provided it to him. So I guess there will be more orders from Texas. That's great.
Funny.
And I also want to point out, if you look at the really fancy chocolates online, which there's no chocolate more fancy than this, plus it's organic, plus it's fair trade, meaning the people who grow the chocolate are fairly treated. So it's organic, it's fair trade, and plus we add this really costly cholesterol-lowering ingredient that gives it the texture of milk chocolate, yet it's 50 cents a square. You could find squares online that are $1 or $2 or $3 a square. So not only is it different and better, superior, it's also a better value, less expensive.
Hey, Andrew, can I ask you, and I'm sorry to beg the question, but a couple of those reviews referenced statin drugs. So does this play well with others? I mean, is it?
Oh, it's perfectly. Whether you're using a cholesterol-lowering statin drug, which that's something called an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor. It's something that affects the enzyme that produces cholesterol in your liver. It interrupts it. By the way, when it interrupts that enzyme, it also interrupts your production of CoQ10. So if you want to reduce your risk of side effects and make sure that you support your energy production, if you're taking a statin drug, you have to supplement CoQ10 because it's lowering cholesterol. It's also lowering CoQ10. There are also certain other cholesterol-lowering drugs that affect cholesterol absorption. But ultimately, this product plays perfectly well with others. It works by an entirely different mechanism. The same way a healthy diet lowers cholesterol, that's how this lowers cholesterol. So you don't have to worry about it. If anything, we've read reviews and, of course, worked closely with your doctor of folks who are able to eliminate their statin drugs or reduce their statin drugs by using Choco Nuvo strategically with them.
Okay, I'm being strategic. I'm taking a couple from the set.
Mine is just in the kitchen back there, so I'm going to grab one the minute we finish. I've got 43 minutes and I'll grab one.
Exactly. Speaking of which, we are in the grand finale of this special, what I'm calling the Power Hour, a surprise or bonus visit with the one and only Andrew Lessman. I love him and I love his product so much. And if you don't, it's only because you haven't experienced it yet. And today there is no finer opportunity to really empower yourself to get the keys to the kingdom, to better health. Certainly in a year where all of us globally have examined how much we value our good health. This is a way and a platform for you to really experience the Andrew Lessman difference in a multivitamin that is done in a way that no one else in the world does. By the way, and done in a way that he's never done for us. So Essential One, again, over 4 decades, he makes the world's finest vitamins, no additives of every kind. It's the power of the best vitamins in the world. But for today, and actually for this show only until 12 midnight, you can choose his platform, the one-of-a-kind Essential One, and the base formula is the same, or you can choose the Essential One with the addition of CoQ10. And this is the only show, I have to say, I wish time does not permit us to go into all the multitude of benefits of CoQ10 on its own, but believe me when I say the CoQ10 alone pays for the purchase. But you do have to select it now. I got mine, I'm sending some more to the farm for my parents for Christmas. Best gift of health you can give to anyone on the Essential One. And Andrew, it's gone through a multitude of upgrades. He keeps making it better. 50, 100, 200, or 400. Most of us are gravitating to that 400, whether you're doing the addition of CoQ10 or not. And as I said, same powerhouse world-class formula, but if for the first time you want the addition of CoQ10, and I know you do if you love CoQ10, that little mini multivitamin, foundational energy, essential for all of your cells, I know you do, because the CoQ10 pays for the purchase if you want to look at it that way. 50, 100, 200, or 400. Most of us out of those, I think, Rick, over 14 or 15,000 gone, something like that, I believe. Okay, over Okay, over 15,000 gone, are gravitating to that 400, because here's where pricing goes and where pricing is today. $200 savings, really a buy one, get one free if you want to look at it in terms of the savings. And, you know, Andrew, I'll defer immediately to you because, you know, there's so much to say about this. And boy, time really does not ever permit us to share all the information. So would you like to start with science or the formula, or where would you like to begin?
Some of the basic charts that even yesterday when we did this as a Today Special Value at QVC, and of course, I could never do that without saving some to share here at HSN. But I didn't go through even the basic charts on the product. And there's something interesting that I just read in the news a couple of days ago. And it talked about in England, in the UK, and vitamin D. And I, of course, for 41 years have been emphasizing the importance of vitamin D, decades before anyone else. So we have 2,000 IU vitamin D3 in this product. Basically, the price of the vitamin D in this product justifies the price of the product today. To get that separate vitamin D, I think at HSN price, it would normally be about $77. That's the price for the whole formula with the other 27 ingredients included. And all of them at significant levels, and many of them so much more expensive even than vitamin D. So a multivitamin, as the Journal of the American Medical Association says, and the Harvard School of Public Health says, a multivitamin is the most affordable way to get those vitamins and minerals that we're not getting from our diet. But in the UK, in England, they now recognize, so vitamin D is already recognized as critically important for our skeleton, critically important to reduce our risk of falling because it's vital for muscle coordination, muscle contraction, also brain health, positive outlook, positive attitude, also heart health. But we also realize how important it is as well for the immune system. And now a lot of us are spending more time indoors. We're not getting what little sun we might get to get what little bit extra vitamin D levels. But even, I read a chart earlier that between 90 and 100%, depending on the study, of us, 90 to 100% of us are deficient or insufficient in vitamin D unless we supplement. But in the UK, recognizing the critical role vitamin D plays, in England, in the UK, folks in need who can't afford it, they're giving them vitamin D for free. Vitamin D for free. If anything doesn't underscore how important it is to focus on the vitamins and minerals that are the fundamentals, they define what a healthy diet is. You look at your diet, what makes a diet healthy? The good stuff it has, hopefully the bad stuff it doesn't have, avoiding the sugar and certain things we don't want in our diet. But clearly what makes a diet nutritious are the vitamins and minerals and carotenoids that make Essential 1 as healthy as it is. Because also, we don't just give you what you need in terms of comprehensive, we give you the levels you require in terms of the science and what your doctor's recommending. Perfect example is that vitamin D, 2,000 IU. Instead of the typical multivitamin giving you 60 or 80 milligrams of vitamin C, we give you 200. Again, that's what the science requires. Instead of giving you 6 micrograms of B12, we give you 100 micrograms of B12, 33 times more. Instead of giving you just 30 micrograms of biotin, we give you 1,200 micrograms of biotin. So their products would have to be free. They'd almost have to pay you to get their product to be as good a value as my product is, 20 cents a capsule. And I'm not kidding when I say that. But let's just look at these charts here. Kind of summarizes what the product is and is all about. And the CoQ10 we'll talk about in a moment, what the addition of that does to Essential 1. Both are the same. One product just gives 100 milligrams of CoQ10. And that's kind of a once a year, maybe a twice a year formula. It will not be a standard formula with CoQ10. But it's just 1 capsule per day. You never take more than 1. If you want additional of something, you get additional of something. If you want an eye formula, if you want omega-3s, that's separate. But you don't take multiples of this because it's already so comprehensive and it already delivers not minimum levels, but real levels. So you don't take more than 1. As little as 20 cents a day for just Essential 1, or 40 cents a day if you want 100 milligrams of CoQ10. All of my products, not just this, small, soft, easy to swallow capsule. Despite it being a small capsule, as I said before, it delivers multiples higher potency than all the leading brands that are in these big tablets. Each capsule contains an ultrafine powder that dissolves rapidly and comfortably. That means it goes to work immediately for you because it goes into solution immediately. It will not upset your stomach, and it delivers benefits. No large, hard to swallow, hard to digest, rock hard tablets. Never. We make no tablets, and there's no place where a tablet's more inappropriate than with a multivitamin, because a multivitamin, multi-mineral, you compress it into a tablet, you just made a rock. You don't want to be swallowing rocks. It's non-acidic, it's pH neutral, it's gentle not to most people, it's gentle to even the most sensitive stomachs. You could take it on an empty stomach, but I always encourage everyone to take it on when you eat, not to avoid stomach upset, because it won't upset your stomach, but when you eat food, the presence of macronutrients, the stimulation of the natural digestive process in your body, that stimulating that natural digestive process also is stimulating of the natural absorptive process. So the way your body goes about absorbing vitamins, minerals, carotenoids, it works better in the presence of the macronutrients in food. It works better in the presence of that process of digestion and nutrient absorption. Kind of common sense, but I think a lot of folks forget that. But as we continue here, just to underscore, despite this being more pure, despite our choosing better forms, more active forms for the nutrients, if you look at all the key nutrients we focus on in a multivitamin, mine are at higher levels than the leading brands. And not a little bit higher, but significantly higher following the science. Say B1, B2, B5, B6, in most cases, probably about 6 or 7 times higher. B12 about 33 times higher. Lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, my levels, how do you compare to 0? Infinitely higher, because they don't contain lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin. They don't contain natural vitamin E. My vitamin C is non-acidic, so it will never upset your stomach. Theirs is ascorbic acid. Plus, we give at least double the levels. So, and of course, all important vitamin D, we give you somewhere between twice as much and 5 times more than the leading brand. So really, nothing comes close to what we're delivering here. And unfortunately, the value goes away. I think we're probably close to selling out all sizes, so I think pretty much everything is at wait list, but we'll turn it around very quickly, because we'll manufacture whatever you're ordering right now. We'll manufacture in the next day or two, ship it to HSN, and you'll probably have it in less than 2 weeks or so.
I know, it's so impressive, because not only is, Andrew, you're the manufacturer and the creator of this, no secondary party, right. But the other thing about this is we can't assume that people have seen you on the air before, so it's helpful to read that information. And moreover, with a money-back guarantee until the end of January, it's important that you at least do this. I think in a year that was certainly not what anyone anticipated or could anticipate, we certainly are respecting and valuing our good health. And certainly as we come up to the first of the year, we make those resolutions. This is a resolution you can keep. It's a 1 pill a day solution, and after Andrew was sharing that information, made in a way that no one else makes, with levels that no one else offers, and we will not offer at this price. So if you see that graphic information, this is it. This is your final presentation on this surprise or bonus today's special. Andrew was kind enough, because his heart is here at HSN, and he wanted to make sure that he reserved a few of these today's specials that sold out yesterday at QVC in a record time. But now is the time that you do have to select it if you want to make sure that you reserve it. And one quick programming note, Andrew will not be back again for a full visit until mid-January, actually in the latter, or getting close to the latter part of January. And it's a month. So actually, Andrew, with that in mind, that's one of the reasons I've been shopping so much, because I'm like, oh boy, normally I count on seeing you like that first week, but it's a little bit later in January this year, isn't it?
A little bit later. I think it's the way New Year's fell and things like that. And also because we've been busy. This year, because of what's going on in the world, my visits were shorter, but I was on pretty much every month this year. And that's because I felt it was, you know, this is the time when folks were really focusing on health and wellness. And as a manufacturer of vitamins and supplements that people count on and rely on, I felt it was incumbent upon me to step up. So we've been busy this year. And so we pushed January out a little bit, because we make the vitamins fresh for every visit. It's not as though we're producing a whole bunch of vitamins for the next 3 or 6 months. Every time we do a Today Special, even the Today Special we're looking at today, the Essential One with CoQ10, I think if you're reading my emails from October, I was probably emailing my product development department wondering if we could fit 100 milligrams of CoQ10 in that capsule. So in other words, it was still an idea. The new formula hadn't been finalized. Even the new formula for Essential One probably hadn't been finalized until October. So everything we do every single month is we start from scratch. It's all brand new. So that's another thing that differentiates us. Most vitamins you see in stores or that you see on the internet, sadly, they're made by contract manufacturers. They're made by big companies that make thousands of different products for probably dozens or hundreds of different companies. We make everything ourselves. We design everything ourselves, and that's because the level of quality, the level of care, the different way we go about doing this without manufacturing additives, no one else can do. So if I want to make a product that's this different, if I want to have a product that's this different, I had to make it myself. I always analogize it to home cooking, that if you could make vitamins yourself, you would make them this way. You wouldn't put additives in. You wouldn't put any strange chemicals in. You would only put the ingredients in that you want and that you need. That seems so obvious that there has to be thousands of companies that make a multivitamin that doesn't have any manufacturing additives, lubricants, flowing agents, binders, fillers, colors, and whatnot. But sadly, I'm it. No one else does that. No one else tries to do that. And also nowadays, the most discouraging thing in recent years in the vitamin industry for me are gummies. Gummies are, back in I think the 1950s, there was something, an early rule in Food and Drug law, was something called the jelly bean rule, that you couldn't take a jelly bean and just add like vitamin C to it and say, wow, it's healthy now. That's still a jelly bean. Jelly bean is just basically all sugar. So what are gummies? Most of them are basically all sugar and colors and additives. So because you add a little bit of some vitamins or minerals to it, you suddenly made that gummy, the 35 calories you're probably going to be swallowing, and they're all sugar. You made that healthy, especially when you could take a simple capsule like this, small, easy to swallow, never upset your stomach, no additives, no colors, no sugar, no calories. And especially if you hate swallowing pills, the way I design my product, you can take that capsule, as I often do on the set, you could take it, you could open it up, ultrafine powder, super soluble. You can mix it in yogurt. You can mix it in a smoothie. You can mix it in applesauce, any kind of blended fruit. Not a problem. Put it in a food processor. It will mix. It's so again, there's complete flexibility. You don't have to engage in what I think is the most unethical of products. If someone can make a gummy out of something healthy, like healthy fiber, and use natural colors and no calories, okay, that's great. Kind of like Choco Nuvo. Choco Nuvo is low in sugar. Chocolate is the richest source of protective compounds of any food. So yes, it's delicious, but it's healthy unto itself, and we made it even more delicious. But gummies have nothing to do with that. They're just violating the most fundamental jelly bean rule. And I think that companies should have to warn you in bold type that when you're getting that supposedly healthy ingredient in a gummy, you're also getting a bunch of sugar. You're also getting a bunch of calories that we really don't want or need to add to our daily caloric intake.
Well, it's funny, I had to ask for another little wipe because of that wonderful power in the pigment from the CoQ10 on right. the Essential One, right?
And again, when you look at the differences there, the pile of powder on the left, and that's a lot of powder in one tiny little capsule. We pack it in there. We have gotten good at putting powder into capsules without additives. It's pretty an amazing task. And the one on the left, that yellow, that's not an artificial color. That is the natural color of CoQ10, the beautiful natural color of CoQ10. With so many of my products, they're beautiful colors, and it just leaves me scratching my head thinking, why would any company ever need to use, I mean, there are so many of those products on the market that are yellow colored tablets, and they use yellow number 5 or yellow number 6. Just use CoQ10. Just use lutein or zeaxanthin. Or astaxanthin. There are so many colors, and you can use so little of it because they're so powerful. But again, they're all about the dollars and cents. And for them, it makes no sense to spend $1 to give you a product that's healthier and more pure. My entire company is built upon making products that we add nothing to it. We simply start with the vitamins, the minerals, the carotenoids, whatever the beneficial ingredient is, we start with that. We add nothing else to it because I find that would be disrespectful to you. So we give you the pure benefits you seek, no problems. We follow the science and give you the levels that you require because again, just putting 400 IU of vitamin D in a multivitamin like as most of them do, it's not enough. I think it's bordering on unethical. We put 2,000 in for precisely that reason. Just giving you 6 micrograms of B12 in the cyanocobalamin form, which is a synthetic form, hard to absorb, unstable, not really going to benefit almost anyone at all. Why would anyone do that? That's why we give you 100 micrograms of methylcobalamin, the natural form your body uses. Folic acid. Probably between 1/3 and 2/3 of the population of America either can't at all or has a struggle metabolizing regular folic acid. I'm someone who can't use it at all, unless I'm delivered the proper natural form, 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate, 5-MTHF methylfolate. That's what we deliver. No one else does, unfortunately. I think it's, I wish that I wasn't the only company making a product like this, but unfortunately, I can't, when I go to a supermarket, I go to a discount store where most vitamins are being purchased, and even the most popular vitamins online are those same brands. Unfortunately, they don't do the things I just talked about, which is basic vitamin sort of 101, basic respect in terms of a product.
Well, and I know there's a lot of information to digest, but we are in the last 20 minutes, give or take, of this special bonus or surprise visit with Andrew. Bonus and surprise today's special. So he is honoring that today's special price until 12 midnight or as long as supplies last. I know you're watching this show for a reason, and I can't encourage you enough. I want you to do this. I hope you do this. You know, certainly, whether you're buying it for yourself or someone that you love and care about, you should be taking this. It really is the platform, as we say, the keys to the kingdom, to really giving thanks to your great life and empowering yourself to make a great choice. This takes seconds. You can see how easy those nutrients dissolve, and that's why your body can reap those benefits. But you get this price only until 12 midnight. So remember, you can choose it. Now, both of the Essential One formulas are the same, but you can choose it with or without the addition, I feel like I should have balloons and champagne, of CoQ10. So remember, 50, 100, 200, or 400, but I can tell you for a fact, and I count myself in that, most of us are doing the CoQ10 400 cap and are doing it during this show. And I'll just do this real briefly, but as an example, on that 400 cap, this is what Andrew was talking about. He's not putting sugar and additives and artificial colors. He's putting more product. For example, on that 400 cap, if you're doing that with the CoQ10, that would be $200. And to, you know, just in terms of the Essential One formulation, you could really go line by line. No sugar or additives. I mean, why are they putting sugar? Put vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamin C, calcium. So just those additional ingredients, almost $260. And you know, that's just it, Andrew. While we keep saying the Andrew Lessman difference, for people to give thousands of rave perfect 5-star reviews on a multivitamin, that alone says that people are really empowering their better health and feeling a difference thanks to what you do with this.
And that's, I'm going to read the reviews in a second, and I'm grateful for all of those reviews. And I know that folks who use this product are very grateful for those reviews, because I think we're all a little bit jaded, and I think we should all be a little bit skeptical. It's great that HSN always has a 100% money-back guarantee, and when you get this now, you have until January 31st to try them. Whatever size you get, it comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. I know you won't be sending it back, but the reviews, you might think I'm not objective, that I'm biased on behalf of my products, but I try to provide information that's objective, that's not biased. I'm just providing the facts about our product, the form of B12, the form of folic acid, the form of vitamin C, the levels, and comparing the levels, which I'll do that in a moment. I'll compare the levels of the key nutrients, vitamin D, B12, vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, to all the leading brands. It's not even a close call. And that's without considering that we use forms that's going to be 100% beneficial, like in terms of our 5-MTHF in place of folic acid and our special form of B12. Without even considering those, we're giving you multiples higher. We're giving you the levels you actually require to experience the benefit for which you bought the vitamin in the first place. You're buying it obviously because you want to see a difference, feel a difference, fulfill or fill those gaps in our diet. So the vitamin, the product itself, has to respect that. I read some science earlier that said, yes, a multivitamin does give the nutrients necessary for, say, immune system health or cardiovascular health or neurological health, but unfortunately, most of them don't provide the levels required. They provide the nutrients required, but the levels aren't associated with the benefits you seek. We make sure we follow the science to give you not just the nutrients you need, but the levels you need and the forms you need. And unfortunately, we seem to be kind of alone in that respect. But
well, and
let's read some reviews. Go ahead.
Oh, do you want to do some reviews, Andrew? I was just going to say,
sure.
we've only got 20 minutes left in the show, so just to be respectful of everyone making their decision, you do have to remember today's special does go away at the stroke of midnight. So, Andrew, I would love to hear some of those reviews from you, because I don't think we got to a lot of them in our first airing. I don't think.
Now, I get carried away reading the science, and the science, hopefully the science is meaningful or inspiring. Hopefully it encourages you to read more science online, or even to read the fine print on the label to say, look at our form of B12 versus the form of B12 you see in virtually every single other leading multivitamin. So just the B12 and folate difference, just the difference in levels of vitamin D alone, the B12 alone would sell for, I think, about $77 versus $79 for this whole product. Just buying separate vitamin D for 400 days at 2,000 IU would be about $77. And again, you get all of them combined in 28 different nutrients for $79.90 for the Essential One. And if you want it with CoQ10, it's an additional $80. So it's 20 cents a day basically for Essential One. If you want to add the 100 milligrams of CoQ10, it's another 20 cents per day. That's the least expensive an additional 100 milligrams of CoQ10 has ever been. But again, it's significant. But if you want to just get the Essential One, there's no better investment you can make in any product I make than the foundational benefits of Essential One, especially now more than ever. Essential One has always been one of my more popular and sometimes my most popular product. For the entire year, it has been my most popular product just because of what's going on. But let's read some reviews here if we could. The best. I wish Andrew Lessman would have the comparison of Essential One to all the other vitamins on the market permanently on the HSN site for this item. Actually, I'll go to those charts in a few minutes. This is full of everything you need. No one can touch the levels of all of the various vitamins he packs into this wonderful, easy to swallow vitamin. Many vitamins are huge and don't even melt in a warm glass of water. That means they may not be breaking down in your body. As you often hear in reviews of this product, I will never be without this product. From Cynthia in Alabama. Thank you, Cynthia. That was a well-written review. Best multivitamin on the market. My entire family takes this multivitamin. That is 5 of us. I've tried dozens of different brands of multivitamins, and this one tops them all. Most vitamins are hard tablets that don't dissolve that well and are hard to swallow. Capsules are much better, and the quality of Andrew's vitamins is the best. Best vitamin choice. The word best gets used a lot. I've used Essential One vitamins for several years now. About once a year, I do a detailed comparison of these vitamins and other brands to ensure I am getting the very best vitamin for my money. These vitamins always win in every comparison. And that's some objective individual who's diligent about their vitamin purchase, which I admire and respect, telling you what I find when I do the research myself as well. I also appreciate that these vitamins are made in the USA at such a highly reputable company. We make everything ourselves. I highly recommend these. The best. Again, I think that was 4 reviews in a row that said the best. I've been taking Andrew's vitamins for over 10 years. I admit to trying other brands because his can be more expensive. When you look at the value and what you get, actually, we're the least expensive vitamin out there. Maybe per pill, but still even the cheapest ones I think are still about a dime a pill, a dime a tablet, but they contain a fraction of what we contain. But I always came back to his because of the quality. I try to keep track of his HSN visits because you can get discounts and free shipping. With a Today Special, it's more than a buy one, get one free. All products are made environmentally conscious. I highly recommend all of Andrew's products. Another fantastic, well-written review from Roro in New Jersey. Again, that's weird. Best vitamins, I think, what is that, 5 in a row? I've taken many of Andrew's vitamins over the last few years and always start with Essential One, as Andrew recommends. No other vitamins work better for me after taking Essential One. When I see people buying vitamins in local stores, I want to stop and tell them how much better Andrew's vitamins are. It's none of my business to stop strangers unless the opportunity arises that I can state my opinion. I have recommended Andrew Lessman vitamins to family members. Very easy to digest. These improved my health. I've been taking this vitamin for over a year now, and they have definitely improved my energy and overall health. I don't even have to buy separate vitamin D3, which my doctor recommended I take. I intend to continue taking them. This eliminates a separate D, a separate B12, a separate B complex, for many a separate C. Greatest pick-me-up ever. These 1 per day vitamins are a little miracle in a capsule. They lift you up and keep you going. We ran out and couldn't wait to get our new bottle. After just a few days, we had our zip back. We thank you, Andrew, for this product. Awesome product. I have noticed a difference in how I'm feeling. More energy, more focus. Another great product, Andrew. I ordered this for my granddaughter too, and she also noticed a big difference in how she was feeling. Thank you. We don't add those exclamation points. You know, you can never leave us, Andrew. I never will. From Cindy in California, everybody asks, when am I going to retire and things like that? Even though I've been doing this for 41 years, I was just telling my mom yesterday that I have more fun doing this than when I started my company 41 years ago. And when I started my company 41 years ago, I was having a blast. So I truly enjoy, I love the fact that we're probably the 20th time we improved Essential 1. Essential 1 from 20 years ago was still better than any multivitamin on the market, and I've probably, over the last 20 years, improved it 10 more times. So I'm thrilled to get to do what I do, to share the information I get to share, and most of all, to make a product that's literally head and shoulders above anything else in the market for very simple to understand objective reasons. So I hope you get to try it. I hope you enjoy it. We're all done with this Today Special in a few moments, and with CoQ10, it's not going to be back. If we get a lot of feedback, maybe it'll come back in a special event in several months, but not in the near term.
Well, and that's something to be aware of, because certainly the countdown for Christmas is on when a lot of people are doing their holiday shopping. This is what I want you to do for you. And when I said the clock is ticking, remember, price expires at midnight. And that is a big, big deal, because I know throughout the season, sometimes we've had encores and had today's specials listed on hsn.com after the fact. This is not one of them. And if you consider the fact that Andrew is not back until closer to late January, then you might want to stock up on not just your Essential 1, especially since we don't know when the addition of the CoQ10 version will be back. But most notably, if you're filling up your shopping cart with other goodies like I have, I really want to encourage you to load that mobile app. Those special values also expire after this show. Technically 12 noon tomorrow. Frankly, I would get them now, because I'm certainly guilty of filling up my shopping cart and then forgetting to check out and then not getting the free shipping or the special savings. You want all of it. And we all want better health. And what an easy, seamless, affordable way to do this. I can promise you that cup of coffee that you got through the drive-thru or what have you, you're spending more than that than you're spending for a minimal investment on really head-to-toe better health. So just once more, you choose, again, the Essential 1. I should point out the version without the addition of CoQ10 is a little more challenged in terms of inventory, but regardless, the price goes away. So 50, 100, 200, and 400, but most of us, myself included, whoops-a-doodle, are going to the addition of the CoQ10. And most of us are getting that 400, because why not? That's better than a buy one, get one free. And when we talk about better than a buy one, get one free, remember, Andrew's not back until actually close, getting close to the end or latter part of January. So get this while we've got it. There's the addition of that CoQ10 on that 400 cap that truly you'd spend more for the CoQ10 than you're spending for the whole shebang. And Andrew, I just would love, if it's okay, I know you referenced this earlier. Right. This label, I mean, honestly, from the biotin to the lycopene, but can you tell us a little bit about this?
And that chart really doesn't do us justice. That's the original chart for the former Essential 1. It still is the accurate math, but it really doesn't do us justice, because the new formula contains a special form of folic acid, 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. It contains 1,200 micrograms of biotin. It's like a beauty vitamin on its own. It works perfectly with my healthy hair, skin, and nails. You could probably eliminate a capsule, go down to 1 capsule daily of healthy hair, skin, and nails. So if you took those 5 ingredients and added the biotin, added the 5-MTHF, you'd probably be over, you'd be over $300 for just 7 separates out of 28. So you understand why the Journal of the American Medical Association, New England Journal, the Harvard School of Public Health, and a few others talk about a multivitamin not just being the best way to go about things to get all the gaps filled in your diet, but it's also the most affordable way to experience the benefits of all these nutrients. Plus, we give you them at separate levels. There's one thing I want to emphasize, because everything basically is on back order right now, but because we make everything, it's being made as we speak. I wouldn't be surprised if we're shipping it to HSN by perhaps Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. HSN will have it probably by Monday. They'll ship it to you by the Wednesday or Thursday. So you'll have this in record time. So you'll have this for your New Year's resolution, and it will be the freshest multivitamin you've ever gotten your hands on. So don't worry, even though we've gotten way ahead of the quantity than we expected, we'll make enough for everyone who orders before midnight tonight, and we'll ship it immediately this week to HSN, so you'll make sure you get it. But for me, what I was going to do quickly is just, I think, I emphasize how that our product is more pure. I emphasize that our product delivers different forms that are superior forms. And I think most people presume that because our capsule is so small, and because our forms are superior, and because everything we do is based upon making a higher quality product, that obviously we got to cut corners somewhere. It's going to be lower levels. But no, this is one of those examples that a better value is actually giving you higher quality, and also giving you, in addition to the higher quality, we're giving you more. So usually you're not getting more and better quality, but you're getting both. So I'll go through these a little bit quickly. On this chart, column 1 is vitamin D, column 2 is B12, and column 3 is vitamin C. The nutrients that are most commonly deficient in the American diet, in fact, probably 95 to 100% of us are deficient in vitamin D3, probably about 80 to 90% B12, probably about 50% vitamin C. But if you look at the leading multivitamins, and I'll go through 16 of the highest selling multivitamins in the world, I would imagine that represents billions of dollars in vitamin sales, that all of them are at a dramatic disadvantage. In terms of vitamin D, B12, we're talking about 33 times lower levels. So when you look at this, the levels just can't compare. And we go through all the leading brands. And some of the biggest brands are the brands that you see from supermarkets, pharmacies, their own brands, whether it's Walgreens, GNC, Swanson. But again, that's just comparing the numbers. And it's not even close. Target, Kirkland, it doesn't make their products bad, it just makes them different. And if I'm delivering a multivitamin in light of the research, in light of the science, in light of recommendations, it's going to start with at least 2,000 IU. Vitamin C, at least 200 milligrams. B12, 100 micrograms. And unfortunately, all of those formulas have the wrong form of B12. All of those formulas have ascorbic acid, which can upset your stomach. So again, we not only give you the levels you require, but we invest in forms that will benefit you. Vitamin B1, B2, B6, these are the energy vitamins. These are the metabolism vitamins. Again, typically about 5 or 6 times higher levels of all of them versus all the same leading brands. We go through the same biggest sellers in the world. All of those vitamins sell probably 50, 100 times more than mine, but they contain, in many cases, 20, 30, 40, 50 times less. So it continues as we look at vitamin B1, B2, B6. And then when we get to biotin, selenium, chromium, 2 critical trace elements, trace minerals, selenium, chromium, and then biotin, 1,200 micrograms. It's what you demanded. Now, my healthy hair, skin, and nails has always been a 2 capsule a day formula. Now it really becomes 1 if you're taking my essential 1 because of the levels we now deliver in terms of biotin. But look at the leading brands. Biotin's very, very expensive. That's why the leading brands contain so little. So again, we deliver 40 times more than all of the leading brands, it appears. If you look at this, a couple of them have 300, so 4 times more, but 40 times are 4. And it just continues like that. So, and then when you get to the 3 most expensive ingredients, other than my 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate, which that's not even in this chart, they deliver a form of folic acid that isn't active for most people using it. Mine is active for everyone who uses it. But lycopene, lutein, zeaxanthin, these critical carotenoids for vision, for healthy prostate in men, for healthy cardiovascular system in both men and women, lycopene, they're basically at, for all intents, almost 0. a smattering of a few hundred micrograms, but basically zero. And so if you're impressed with our quality, our purity, the fact that we choose the ingredients that have the science, we also give you the levels that the science requires. So even though we're just 20 cents a day or less than 20 cents a day for Essential One on its own, we're not only giving you the proper levels, we're giving you multiple times higher. So yes, you could probably find one of those multivitamins and they might be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cents or so a day. But at 19 or 20 cents a day, mine is a better value because I'm giving you multiple times more. So you're getting much more, you're getting the proper forms. What good is folic acid if you can't metabolize it? What good is B12 if you can't absorb it? What good is vitamin C if it upsets your stomach? So again, just an entire world apart of how we approach our multivitamin and how the other companies, that doesn't even mention all the chemical additives you find, the artificial colors, the sugars they coat them with, that many of the multivitamins, leading multivitamin tablets, are coated with carnauba wax. That's like shoe polish or car wax, but it makes it nice and shiny. So again, ours are completely different.
Well, and that's why we always say the information is the most powerful part of this presentation. And, you know, when you know more, you do better. But when you're armed with that information and you go to your grocery store or your pharmacy or drugstore, whatever it might be, you know, to Andrew's point with all those charts, you're not seeing levels like this. And by the way, you won't see this here at HSN after this show. So time is of the utmost. And this is not to be alarmist, but you really do have to take action. If you want this today's special price, now in final quantities, regardless, final few hours where this price is available. Remember, this is no longer a today's special price after midnight. You still get our unconditional money back guarantee until the end of January and 5-pay flex pay, but the price will go up accordingly. So just use that decision as you will, especially if you're getting more than one. I'm doing this for gift giving. I've sent a couple of these across the miles because we will do delivery direct and that recipient will still get that money back guarantee. So that in mind, I think that's one of the reasons that the Essential One formulas are the same, but you can choose it with the addition of CoQ10. But without the CoQ10, I know we're much more limited in that regard. 50, 100, 200, and 400, but truly out of the over 17,000, almost 18,000 spoken for, most of us are doing the addition of the CoQ10 because it's better than a buy one, get one. I mean, the CoQ10 alone would cost you more than the formula on its own. And Andrew, a few parting thoughts before we close this special power hour to a close.
Well, I think most of us know, I went through the science, but we know that we need a multivitamin, multimineral, that even if we have a perfect diet, we're not getting the vitamin D or the biotin we need, likely not getting the B12, the vitamin C, vitamin E we need at adequate levels. So that's a given. And most of us are kind of sick and tired of taking multivitamins because if you were like me, before I started making them, all the multivitamin did was make me sick. It was unpleasant to swallow, and it made me sick, so I stopped taking it. So this is a multivitamin that will make you happy. It just delivers the benefits you seek, the levels you require. And if your doctor reads the label, it'll truly make your doctor happy. He or she will be thrilled with the forms and the levels. The more your doctor knows, the more your doctor will see what a difference this product makes for you. So it's an opportunity to see a difference in your testing when it comes to vitamin D or B12. So this unfortunately, the CoQ10 version will not be back until probably sometime next year, but the Essential One is always available.
It is, but you know, again, time is of the essence. If you were going to do it at that today's special price, remember that expires at midnight, so grab it. Also consider some of your other Andrew Lessman products that you might be running low on because Andrew is not back until mid-January. Everything unconditional money back guarantee and free shipping, of course. Special purchase pricing on those items that we were sharing. And go to hsn.com to find Andrew's inventory. Good until 12 noon tomorrow. Andrew, what a treat to have you. Please continue to be safe and have a healthy, happy new year.
Well, everybody be safe, healthy, happy new year. Next year will be a better year. The one question I'm constantly being asked, and I'll say, ask your doctor for counsel on this one, but when my time comes, I too will get the vaccine. So it's something that the science is strong. I've reviewed it. Work with your doctor, but it's a vote of confidence there.
Absolutely. We love you, Andrew. Thank you.
All right. Love everyone.
Tis the
Bye-bye.
season to be a VIP. Use your HSN card to get the best deals on gifts for everyone. Enjoy extra flex on beauty, fashion, and jewelry gifts all season long. Plus 12-month VIP financing on select items $3.99 and up, and at least 8 VIP savings events a year. Plus, the HSN card has no annual fee. Not a card member? Apply now and instantly get $20 off when you're approved. Visit hsn.com/HSN card or call 1-800-695-1418 for details.
I found it in Peru, China, Morocco, an amethyst mine in the middle of nowhere. Every day's a new adventure. We go right to the mines. You can actually show people, okay, this is how it all starts. And every rough material you get is like opening a Christmas present. You're able to sculpt it, make it into something that's really unique, very special, very limited. And I think that that's what people love. They know the history of it.